Jody, this is the level we've all come to in our lives. Chris is like, at least it was solid.
Yeah, it was solid.
Hey,
I'm
like I
That's
work
a
with
glass half full kind of guy.
I work with a crazy lady in the basement. Whatever. Right next to me. It's solid.
It's solid state.
I mean, I live with a cat. Cats, sometimes
like Hal Sparks does.
and you can't. Yeah.
What's the sound Hal says they make?
It's
some
somebody's name or something. I can't do it. It's hilarious.
It is hilarious. Oh my God. We have to ask Bob Seska for that audio.
Yeah, he
of Hal
has it.
doing the cat bit. It's
He has
hilarious. Yes. Michael Palmer report says Michael Cohen now says the DA hasn't asked him to come back Wednesday to rebut Costello's testimony. That means there's nothing to rebut. Costello flopped. It also means that Trump's indictment, if it hasn't already happened behind the scenes today, will happen on Wednesday. Seems to be the thinking. Although we all saw yesterday them erecting the barriers.
They're ready.
Last night
They're
outside
serious.
the courthouse.
And-
The call to activism saying all NYPD officers, including plainclothes detectives, have been ordered to wear their full uniform starting at 7 a.m. today.
Yep.
Ahead of a possible indictment of Donald Trump, according to CBS News. Port Authority warning. It's the same stories we've seen that
Yeah.
state, local, federal officials are preparing because
In every
Preparing
city
it like
they
it's
should.
like it's a terrorist attack.
how's the Patriot Moat going? Is there any? Is that
Much
any,
like
are there
the
any
poo.
Patriots there?
Much like poo.
It's still solid.
Where's That's how we are with justice now. We're like,
Is it solid? Okay,
we'll
good.
take it. We'll take whatever it is at this point.
At least it's not
Where's
running.
Yankee Doodle Fart? In honor of whatever we get on the justice front this week. In honor of Bonnie. And it was like 3 little nuggets before we said no, and then she fled the scene.
She did.
You're like, justice, is it solid? Is it just a local Manhattan thing? We'll take that. We'll take that.
There could be election fraud. There's a lot to it. There could be more to it.
Right. That's right. Uncle Rob Reiner says we've got Alvin Bragg about to indict. We've got Fani Willis about to indict on racketeering. All we need is Merrick Garland to indict on Mar-a-Lago on January 6th, and Trump completes the criminal Grand Slam.
Yep.
Let's go out for a Grand Slam breakfast when that happens.
I'd rather have a Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
Would you?
Yes.
What is that?
That's what it's.
It's a lot of sugar.
It's what it's called.
It's a
What's
lot
too
of
good
sugar.
about
It
it?
sounds like.
Our friend Aaron Rupar, that was my favorite tweet because you know why.
I know why.
Yeah, he said Trump called for his supporters to rise up and protest, and so far the response has been a fart noise. Didn't one group, they're like, we deliberately were trying to keep it small.
Yeah, we meant to do that.
Oh my God. That's
Like when you
sad.
trip up the stairs.
Right. I meant to
I
do
had something
that.
on my shoe.
Yeah.
I was trying to do that. Yeah. It's so pathetic little pack of stragglers so far, right?
Ben Collins over on MSNBC last night was saying, he's like, oh yeah, I went to one of the protests. There was more media than there were protests.
Yeah, of course.
Are they in
Like-
dinghies
Like
outside?
5-1.
Are they in dinghies
No,
and not
this is
actual
outside
yachts?
the Trump building in Manhattan.
Yeah, all these, right, these Civil War threats. My rotisserie of Malcolm Nance insults pops into my head. I'm like, whatever, gravy seals. Whatever, meal team 6.
Facey, glevy,
Who
slappy
said it yesterday?
things.
Oh, Allison
Facey, slappy.
Gill said they won't have their scooters charged in
Yeah.
time.
No.
And she also said facey, slappy, glevy thing or something.
Yes. Facey, slappy, glovey things. Duels are, right?
Facey, slappy,
Let's bring
glovey
them back.
things.
Allison's very funny.
She is.
Hilarious. She is hilarious. As America braces for what will be the first indictment of a former president in the nation's history. Exciting. Isn't it a bracing time to be alive, everyone?
Uh-huh.
A surge in threats and violent rhetoric has law enforcement officials alarmed. Domestic extremists in connection with the indictment of Donald Trump is what they're identifying the threats as. Authorities have not deemed any specific threats to be credible,
Right.
perhaps because they can't charge their scooters in time. Or there might be a buffet.
Oh,
Somewhere.
is it reasonable?
If it is reasonable, Chris, their side of the Civil War won't even show up.
Are they at the Golden Corral?
Have we
Golden
thought
Corral?
of that? Have we thought of that? Let's get in league with Golden Corral and where else has a good
Hometown
buffet.
buffet.
Hometown
Cracker
buffet,
Barrel.
Makes-
Cracker Barrel,
Cracker Barrel.
all of those.
There's a Cracker Barrel, all you can eat buffet every day, and I'm just like, forget it. I'm too tired now to do a Civil War. I'm gonna be on the couch.
Give them a coupon. Old people love
Yes.
coupons.
Oh my God.
Yes, coupons.
Oh,
Online posts that include a calling for civil war have warned that indicting Trump would be a red line that would trigger more violence than the January 6th attack.
No, it won't.
You know what?
You know how we know old people love a coupon?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have time for this. I have to go buy a single piece of fruit with a coupon and then return it, making people wait behind me while I complain.
That's gonna
That
be the
also might make them late to the Civil War.
Yeah.
I'm busting out the fart machine too, in addition to my regular one, just for these threats of
Don't get the dog's ideas.
whatever, Cletus.
You just got his attention. We're giving him ideas.
Hi. Uh-oh, don't start again. Oh, God, rain in L.A. It's a house training nightmare. Okay, the threats, because this is the Law and Order party, Jody. The threats mostly target law enforcement, judges, and government officials, viewed as central to the, quote, political persecution of Trump. Okay. Trump, this was the all caps one. I don't know which one. It's time. We just can't allow this anymore. They're killing our nation as we sit back and watch. We must save America. Protest, protest, protest. Okay. Alvin Bragg has said his office will not be intimidated. No. Here, I'm just going.
And it's a grand jury bringing down the indictment, not the office of the DA. It's his choice to prosecute or not, but they're bringing down the indictment.
Right.
So
Right.
Yeah. And Michael Cohen obviously was on last night right after, what's his name, Costello. And Michael Cohen brought the receipts. By the way, Jody, were you troubled if you've ever had a friend that committed suicide? And I have a long time ago, but that was really him talking about Michael Cohen, talking about suicide and stuff. Again, not relevant.
No.
And also, it just seemed like, I don't know what to call it, mental health shaming, something
Something like
where,
that, yeah.
I mean, Michael Cohen was obviously in a lot of distress, but again, not relevant. I mean, really, what was implausible is him saying, oh, yeah, he just did this on his own. Oh, he just took out a giant loan and paid off Stormy Daniels. He did it completely. I mean,
No.
come on.
Come on.
Who does that?
No.
I have a guess the quote for you.
Oh, yes.
For
yes,
you.
Travis.
For you, number 19.
Okay.
It's an audio.
Oh,
This is an audio daily
well,
double.
I could just look on my sheet and see who it is. Oh, no,
No,
it's not on
there.
my
It's
sheet.
not on your sheet.
Oh.
Guess the
Thought
quote.
of that in advance.
Oh.
Guess the quote.
I'm being sabotaged on my own show. I'm being ambushed.
Oh,
Oh,
here we go.
Go ahead.
Once the microscope is on you, everything is fair game. And it's hard to argue, oh, you can't look at this or you can't look at that. So yes, if there's an issue with that payment to Stormy Daniels being that it was made on behalf of the candidate, okay, and it was not declared, that's fair game, unfortunately, if that's the case. And, quite frankly, Michael Cohen, again, has made statements that would give rise to suspicion for any prosecutor to say, that doesn't make sense that a lawyer took out a home equity loan with his own money, paid somebody that he didn't even know on behalf of a client who, by the way, had the wherewithal and the money to afford $130,000. And, by the way, didn't tell the client about this settlement agreement. It's an illegal agreement. It's a fraud, if that's, in fact, the case.
I know.
I don't know who it is, but it's whoever he is.
Isn't it
he's
Taco
fantastic.
Penis?
Is that Taco Penis?
Yeah.
It is.
In 2018.
Oh, that's fantastic. Nicely done, Travis. You get a gold star and the good parking space for a month. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
When he was representing Stormy.
That was talking.
Was he actually representing her? I thought she just talked to him, and
You
that's
do-
was his
all you have to do is, at least in California, all you have to do
right.
is talk to
because
a lawyer.
then he can't
Right.
disclose
Yeah.
anything that she said.
Yeah.
Well, it's a conflict of interest.
Oh, I'm going to need to hear that again now that I know who it is.
Here we go.
Once the microscope is on you, everything is fair game. And it's hard to argue, oh, you can't look at this or you can't look at that. So yes, if there's an issue
Nicely
with
done,
that
Taco Penis.
payment to Stormy Daniels being that it was made on behalf of the candidate, okay, and it was not declared, that's fair game, unfortunately, if that's the case. And, quite frankly, Michael Cohen, again, has made statements that would give rise to suspicion for any prosecutor to say, that doesn't make sense that a lawyer took out a home equity loan with his own money, paid somebody that he didn't even know on behalf of a client who, by the way, had the wherewithal and the money to afford $130,000. And, by the way, didn't tell the client about the settlement agreement. It's an illegal agreement. It's a fraud, if that's, in fact, the case.
Very good point, Taco Penis. And I apologize for my stupid, immature nickname I've called you, and also implying that you're not a good lawyer. The best lawyer a man can buy. Wow. I have a guest quote for you.
Okay. Let's do
Didn't he
it.
hand
Wait,
it
you're not
to
going
you?
to do it to
Said,
Chris?
I have the facts. I have the truth. I have the documents on my side.
I have the power.
That was-
Shazam?
That was
Don't
Michael,
gild the lily.
That
What?
was Michael Cohen.
No. Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
He gave that to you.
I was quoting someone.
I printed it for
Yes,
you.
yes.
He would know.
Right. This is, but Victor Shi reprinted it and said this is why Trump and his lawyers are so terrified of him. They know Michael Cohen is their worst nightmare because he isn't afraid to expose their fraud and
Wait,
wrongdoing.
Victor Shi
and he brought them-
plagiarized Michael Cohen?
No, he said it was Michael Cohen right now.
He's a college student. He should know better.
He should.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Minocqua Brewing Company is excited to partner with Equality Vines to create Choice Wine. Choice Wine comes in 2 choices, Rosé and Sauvignon Blanc. This wine was created to support women's reproductive rights after the Supreme Court rolled back Roe v. Wade in 2022 and caused chaos all over the country. For all you viewers on the Political Voices Network, go to choice.equalityvines.com and type in the promo code PVN to get 10% off on Choice Sauvignon Blanc and Choice Rosé.